closer your food is to its original state, the better it is for you. I guess you guys know that, right? When you're in a weight loss program, yeah, you want to reduce calories, and you want to make sure every calorie you consume is the best it can be. Zucchini. All right, let's get cooking here. Make sure every snack, every meal, per se, and I was looking at your guys' books over there. I see they have you eating 6 times a day, right? You got to eat 6 times a day to keep your metabolism up. But the key is to have every meal include fiber, carb, and protein. Because that way you burn more calories, it satiates you longer, and it gives you nutritional value, and it keeps your metabolism up. Think about this. Well, and as I was going to say, when I do this at home, like if I'm making breakfast or something, I'll put the oil in and then wipe it out with a paper towel. So keep the paper towel on the back of my stove. So after a while, you don't even have to put oil in. You just wipe out your pan with paper towel, and you're done. So you're getting the right oil. You're not getting a whole bunch of it. If you have a good skillet, you don't really need any oil. And it's going to be the good oil that you're going to put in there.
Did you put olive oil in?
That was olive oil. Yeah. I forgot what I was talking about, though. Did you ever lose your keys? I can't find my keys. 2 weeks ago, I lost my cell phone. Now, a lot of times I'll lose my cell phone, and then a couple days later it'll show up in another jacket. And the same thing happens with your keys. You know, you lose them, and you know they're going to show up, but you can't find them. And then you can't find them, you can't find them. With my cell phone, it's like, oh, I'm not even going to look at it anymore. But then you keep on thinking, where's the cell phone? Where's the cell phone? Get over it. It's lost. It'll come back by itself. Where's the cell phone? And so the same thing, you lose your keys. It's like you're always looking for them, even though you say, I'm not going to look for them. You keep on looking for them in the back of your mind, because when you lose something, you want it. And so when you sound for food. So retrain yourself to say, I'm focused on good health. All right? Because when you're focused on health, you're going to find good health. You guys all know that just because it says whole wheat on the label, you know that? It has to be in the ingredients list. They're probably miles ahead of the average citizen. I eat rotini here, and the label, and they say, oh, cool, fat-free, whole wheat, calorie-free, whatever. And then they look at the nutritional analysis. I'm going to challenge you from now on to stop buying food for what's not in it, fat-free, sugar-free, carb-free, and start buying it for what's in it. Look at the ingredients list first. When you find a product that's chemical-free and the ingredients are all quality ingredients, then go to your nutritional analysis. Because if you're buying chemicals, you're not getting nutritional value calorie for calorie. So it doesn't matter if there's less calories if they're empty. Buy for the ingredients list first, nutritional analysis second, for what is in it, as opposed to what's not in it. All right, this recipe, I usually save some pasta water when I cook the pasta, but I forgot to. And that said, you can make this recipe with anything you want. You can use it with Asian in seasoning, but I'm going to use some basil here. I brought some fresh basil. You can use dry basil. Now, when you buy basil in the store, the best way to keep it fresh is to buy it in a root ball and don't touch it. As soon as your fingers touch those leaves, they're gone. They turn black. So if you want to keep this for a few days, you keep it in your counter or a cool, dry place, not necessarily really hot. But you pick your leaves off from down here without ever touching the leaves themselves. Because the ones you touch are the ones that are going to be damaged. And so to extend the shelf life of your basil, you just nip off your leaves with other ones within the bunch. So the best way to get nicely is to don't touch the leaves, keep a nice root ball on your counter. So I thought we'd use a dry oregano, since I didn't have any fresh oregano. Okay, so when you make this at home, you can add a lot more vegetables in. That's the key. Why do we want a lot of vegetables anyway? Fiber. Fiber. What does fiber do for you? It keeps you regular. That's a good answer.
Fills you
It
up.
fills you up. It speeds up your metabolism. It keeps you satisfied longer. It burns more calories while you're digesting your food. Okay? And so, when you eat a high-fiber diet, I don't think if this wasn't a store-bought stock, if I was using pasta water, I would put salt in. But since it's a store-bought stock. Now, stock is one of those kind of things that if you're buying it in the grocery store, you better be darn sure what you're buying. Look at the ingredients list, because half the time they don't even have chicken in it. And make sure you don't eat chemicals. Most store-bought stocks, the first 3 ingredients are caramel color, sugar, and salt. So if you want a good stock, make sure you buy either an organic, and just because it's organic, it doesn't free you up from reading the ingredients list. I think we got enough cover here. And make sure you read the ingredients list. Forgot what I was going to say. And make sure there's real food in it, chemical-free. It's going to taste better. When you stop eating chemicals, you're going to have less food cravings. So this is whole wheat pasta. And anybody work in a factory? Anybody ever been in a factory? What's it like in there?
Dirty.
Dirty? Well, that wasn't the answer I was looking for, but it's a good one. Dusty and hot, right? And that's because when machines work, they make a lot of heat. Now, in the olden days, when they ground wheat, they put it between stones and they grind it. Well, since they started grinding wheat in factories, the heat from the steel grinders caused the oil. All vegetables have oil. All vegetables have fat. And whole wheat fat gets removed because it goes rancid in factory grinding. But when they take out the fat, in order to get it out, they have to take out the germ and the bran, which is your fiber and all your vitamins and minerals. The only thing that's left in white flour is sugar. It's called the endosperm. So when they have sugar left over to make bread out of, they figure, well, can't feed the kids peanut butter and jelly on sugar, can we? Better throw in some eggs. So that's the story on whole wheat in a nutshell. Now we got to get cooking here, Deb. Get cooking, Deb. This is a stir fry. Now if you're making this at home for your family, you could, of course, you want to have protein. Like I said, every meal, every snack, when I call a meal, I'm talking 6 meals a day, never more than 3 hours apart. Think about this. Here, this is a good thing to think about too. From now on, we're going to say, I'm focused on health. I'm reducing weight. But you also might think about this. If I can remember what it was, it'll come back to me. Oh yeah, every time you go more than 3 hours without eating, you are beginning to store fat. And so by eating every 3 hours,